Hi, I'm Tina. Welcome to Embracing Aging. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you to those people who've subscribed and people who've been watching so far, and for bearing with me while I find my feet and find my way about YouTube and while I get a little bit more confident about doing this. Um, so, yesterday I was talking about the things that have helped me to embrace aging and helping me to be content in my later years. So the first things we talked about were an attitude of gratitude, where we try and find something to be grateful for every day. It can be simple as having a cup of coffee, or being grateful for electricity or running water, or it doesn't have to be a big thing. So just an attitude of gratitude is really important. The other thing is acceptance of where we are and the limitations of our body, and just being aware of that it is part of the aging process, and we can't deny that we're getting older. And no matter how much Botox you have, or facelifts or whatever, some part of your body is going to look, it's not going to look like it did when you were 25 or even 40. We are going to change physically, and it's acceptance of those things. And the other thing we talked about was maintaining mobility. And I think that for me, that's really important. They say use it or lose it. So yeah, just try and move a little bit every day, as much as you can, and within the limitations of your body. Obviously, if you're waiting for a knee replacement or a hip replacement or something like that, it is going to be more difficult, but it doesn't mean you can't do something. You can do some chair exercises or something like that. There's loads of YouTube videos out there that you can look at. But I do hope in the future I am going to bring some experts in to talk about things like that, things, exercise, nutrition, things like that need an expert, really. The other things that have helped me, what I want to talk about today, is about maintaining relationships and friendships. And I think it is easy, particularly when we retire and we're no longer in the workforce, we haven't got that kind of social contact with people, that it's really important to maintain friendships. And what I would say is, don't always expect other people to contact you and arrange things. I think, take the bull by the horns. Phone somebody, text somebody. Just say, do you want to go out for a drink? Do you want to go for coffee? Do you want to pop over? I'll cook us a dinner, or whatever. Doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be an expensive thing. But just, if you don't hear from them, especially if people are still, especially colleagues you've left in the workplace and people who you're friends with, phone them. They're busy people. Everybody has stuff going on in their lives that we don't know about. So don't always wait for them to make the arrangements. If you've got to be the person to do it, do it. And it's really, for me, it's been really great that I've kept in touch with colleagues that I worked with, like, probably 8-10 years ago. And they're really important to me to maintain those friendships, and just have somebody to support and bounce off, have a laugh with, go out, change of scenery. It's really important. And the other thing about friendships and relationships is forgiveness. I think if you've had a fallout with somebody in the past, if you've been close to them and you've had a fallout, maybe you need to just offer an olive branch. And it doesn't matter who's right or wrong or what your perception is there, that, you don't know how much you might have hurt somebody. If a relationship's kind of just fizzled out, I wouldn't say don't flog a dead horse. Don't keep going back to it. If people really don't want to see you and you haven't got a lot in common with them, some relationships are meant to kind of be with us for a time, and maybe we'll learn lessons from them. Don't have to be forever. But the people you have been close to, if you've had a falling out, just give them a ring and just you don't have to say sorry. You can just say, hi, I was just thinking about you, you know, and let's do you fancy getting together? It's they might not ever want, they might not do it, but they might be hoping that you'll contact them, and somebody has to make the first move. So don't wait for them to do it, let it be you. If they don't want to make up, then you haven't really lost anything. Things are just back to where they were. But if they do, if they're happy to do that, if they're happy to hear from you, you might be surprised at how much you enjoy that kind of contact with them again. And also forgive yourself if you've definitely, if you know that you've hurt somebody and they're not talking to you, then apologize. Just say you're sorry. Can we draw a line under it? You know I was wrong. It isn't difficult to do that. And on the other hand, if they apologize to you, accept the apology. So yeah, I think that maintain friendships is it has been an important thing for me, because I think whether you live alone or whether whether you've got a partner, or you share a house with somebody, you share a home with somebody, it's always good to have someone who's not quite as close to you, that you're not so emotionally invested in, that you can bounce off. If you're having a really rough day, you fell out with your husband or whatever, or maybe you're caring for somebody who's elderly or got dementia or something, and it's just driving you to the end of your tether. I think it's really important to have friends and social contacts that you can talk to, even if it's online. I mean, I talked to my friend in Australia. She's been a friend for a long, long time, and I talk to her most weeks. We have a regular time slot where we do chat, and that's the beauty of the internet. So yeah, just phone people up, video call as well. Don't just talk to them, don't text them, because text messaging is the easiest way. I mean, it's okay to text and say, do you want to meet up or something like that? It's fine. But don't have a massive long text conversation, because I just think it's a cop-out. And I also think you can't see somebody's face, you can't see their body language, you can't read the body language. So things can be really taken out of context if you text, and especially if you've had a falling out. Things can easily get out of hand by texting. So I would say, if you're going to talk to somebody, pick up the phone or video call them. And for me, that, just to maintain that kind of contact is really good. And it doesn't take long, have 5 minutes with a cup of coffee, you can video call somebody. So I would say do that. It's something that I enjoy doing. I love talking to my friends, especially those overseas, on video calls. It's great. And so that's what I've got for you today. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about learning and continuing to learn new stuff. But I think that's probably, I'm going to wind it up now. So thank you again for joining me, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.